So with TinkerCAD, you're going to have on the left-hand side these kind of like tabs here for your current designs, your circuits, if you're into that, code blocks, if you're into coding, and then, of course, lessons. What this comes from, by the way, is if you ever click on Learn, there's all kinds of cool lessons, things you can learn and click on and do and practice. And the result is they always show up here under Lessons, and people don't know where they went. So if you're like started a project, you're like, you're under Designs, you say, I can't find it. I have no idea where it is. It's because it went under Lessons. So here I have, as you can see, many projects that I've kind of been tinkering with. That's the word TinkerCAD comes from. In fact, I just did for the seniors last year before they graduated. I didn't get to show everybody this one. My other classes, I just noticed it now. A keychain for the senior class, and they all got to, yeah, it's a keychain. But anyway, it's a 3D modeling online software. It's really, really, really intuitive, friendly, and you can make cool 3D prints from it. So what you're going to do eventually is you're going to create a snowman like this one here, eventually, okay? But before we start, before you do that, I want to walk you through the process. So what you're going to do, of course, log in if you haven't already. Use your Google Gmail button, login, and then go ahead and press Create New Design. Now, what you have here is this kind of 3D plane that just sits there. If I scroll my mouse in and out, I can scroll in and out. I can also press the plus and minus on the left-hand side here. If you have a trackpad, that's 2 fingers will scroll in. 2 fingers will scroll out. So if you slide your fingers on your trackpad on your laptop or Chromebook, I think Chromebooks have that feature, you can scroll in and scroll out. So that's important to know. You can also hold your wheel mouse down. So this is just wheel mouse, and go side to side. In other words, if you need to move around this environment, okay, and you scroll in and you have something, you can move from left to right by holding your scroll mouse down. So I want you guys to try that real quick. Scroll in and out, hold your wheel mouse down, and side to side. For a trackpad, I don't know what that is. I don't know how to do this with a trackpad. Someone else told me it was 2 fingers down, maybe? I don't know. If somebody else can figure it out. Or it could be Alt on the keyboard, maybe. So, somebody's typing. Somebody figured it out? Nope. No one figured it out. Anyway, that's not that important. You can still get around using these tools on the side. All right. So the next thing I want to do is be able to like rotate around this room, right? That would be right click. So if I do right click and I kind of do this over and over again, I can spin my way around. All right. So here's my work plane. I'm spinning my way around. So right click will do this for you. You can get underneath if you wanted to. So I want you to practice that. On a on a trackpad, I think that's 2 fingers for sure. Yeah. Play around with that. Get comfortable. Get cozy with how to move around this space. All right. And then there's also this box up in the corner. If you click on that box up in the left corner, it does the same thing. It like moves you around. Personally, I don't like to move my mouse up here to do this something that takes a right click to do. That would be kind of a waste of time. So I prefer the right click. All right. So scroll in, scroll out, right click. Middle mouse wheel hold is side to side. Stop me at any time if you're like, I don't get it, I'm struggling, it's not working. Tell me. All right. So now you notice the shapes on the right-hand side. Well, look, you got a lot of cool shapes in here. We've got basic shapes, but we got more characters. Like if you wanted to do like some weird looking critter guy, there's all kinds. It just goes on and on, all the cool things you could do. But let's just look at basic shapes for a minute here and pull a box out in the middle there. So a box that you can stretch by clicking on any one of these little squares and pulling on it. See what it does? If I grab, it's kind of like vector graphics. Oh wait, it is vector graphics. But it's 3D vector graphics, meaning you can stretch it to infinity. It will never pixelate. Notice the numbers here, the two, the numbers that the measurements. It measures it for you, which is really nice. You can type in a value there at any time. So if I wanted to make this tall, but I wanted to make it 10 centimeters, or sorry, millimeters, I'd put a 10 in there. And then there's this arrow on the top, which allows you to lift it up. See, lift it. And I believe to just drop it to the plane again, I think it's D or Shift D or Alt D or Command D. Let's see. Let me try Shift D. Nope. Oh wait, Shift D is duplicate. My bad. Don't do that. Delete that. Oh, I got two more. Shift D is duplicate. I forget what drop is. Like it'll drop right to the ground. There might be a button for that too. Anyway, otherwise you just move it down to the till it says 0, 0, 0. There, it's on the ground again. And again, you can make it thick. You can make it thin. Pretty straight up, right? Nice and easy. Remember, if you want to rotate around, it's right click. I'm going to scroll in, scroll out. Okay. There's also features on the right here. You can actually change things out on the right here. Steps, I believe, is how many edges there are. Radius. Oh, look at that. I just made a bullet. So you can change that. Yeah, so if I were to make a radius and change the steps, you'll see, look at how many polygons it makes. So that's something to think about if you're ever messing around with stuff. And of course, length is the same thing as those squares I was showing you. All right, so there's options there too. Now check this out. This is like an aside. On the top right, I don't want you spending too much time here, but you can turn it into a Lego piece. That's Lego piece converted. Or a Minecraft block. That's a Minecraft block converted. When you get more in your designs, you'll see. But you stick to 3D design because that's what we care about right now. And there's scribble if you wanted to get into scribbling. So this means you can just draw something. And I believe you just hit, or you click done down here. And now you have a scribble. If you want to have a lot of fun, you go to the right here where it says whole. You change that to a whole. And you don't have to do this now. It's just a little advanced. It's not too advanced, but there you go. And if you select the both and you grip them together, it cuts. So you can take any object, put it into the other, and cut its, negative space. All right, so that was done by grouping, calling this, this one a whole instead of a solid. That's all it was. Oh, just press D. That's right. Okay, so if I lift this up and hit D on the keyboard. Oh, okay, it was D. Thank you, Abigail. So to drop it back to the plane, if you ever need to get it back down to the bottom, you just press D. That brings me to another interesting feature. When you are making your snowman later on, for example, most people have complained and said, I can't get, I can't get the coal on the face very well. I'm having a hard time. I can't get it to be straight and all that. To get the carrot, if you will, on the face, you're going to want to rotate it, of course, first, which is this one here. Right, and to get it on his face, you guys should use this cool work plane, and you put it on the face like that, and then you press D, and it smacks right. Well, I missed because it's too big. I'm just doing this really fast. I'm being kind of not very good right now, so I'm just going to quit that little demo and work plane back to normal. Okay. So yeah, there's some buttons and features that are built in to help you navigate this 3D space. Some cool tricks for cutting, that kind of stuff. All right, what you need to do next, of course, is launch the video tutorial. But you're going to use, and I'm going to show you this cool feature, and the align tool. See how it's looped over like that? And it's like, well, how do I get it on there better? There's actually a cool feature built in. If I hold shift, click the other one, I can press align, and I can choose any one of these alignment tools. So that's dead on. That's off to the side. So I just align this whole thing, right? And then I can have it perfectly on top of one another. So that's a cool addition there. Shift D, get another one. Whoops, not Shift D, it's Control D. And then you see, there's also a button for duplicate right here. All right. And you want to make it small. Notice how when you try to make it small, it kind of loops around. If you hold shift when you grab on these corners, it makes a perfect shrink for that same circle. And if I wanted to line these two, I would hold click one, shift click the other, align, and let's see. There. Those are aligned this way and there. See? Those buttons help you align it. Okay? So that's all I'm going to give you for my intro. And I'm going to have you go to the snowman tutorial and continue on. It's a really good one. So, thank you.